Before this video begins, I want to say I got this kit on Gundam Model Center. This is made by MJH or Mr. Model. It is not the original Bandai high resolution Astray Noir. If you want to get that kit, then you're gonna have to go on like a reseller website like eBay, which you're gonna have to pay a pretty penny for. So third party companies are your only option for this. Hello everyone, today I'm taking a look at the Mr. Model or MJH high resolution Astray Noir. This is a copy of the Bandai's kit, and in the Bandai's kit originally it came with a pre-built inner frame. This one you have to build the inner frame yourself, and honestly I thought it was better that way. I thought it was pretty fun putting the inner frame together yourself. You really see the engineering, the genius of Bandai when they made the inner frame. Now looking through the box here, the box, the pretty bare bone. The bags, comes with about like a dozen bags of runners. The bags quality feels pretty bad, honestly, but as long as it keeps the content within the bag, that's all that matters. And taking a look through the manual, again, also very bare bone. The steps are very easy to follow, so MJH does a very good job at it. The only thing I want to see more artwork or more poses or live pictures in it, but again, that will probably get them into some copyright issues, and I imagine they don't want that. Okay, before we move on to the actual review of the kit, I want to tell you guys a little bit about Mr. Model or MJH, the brand. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm like a third-party enthusiast. I've been here since like day one. I've only gotten to Gunpla very recently, as far back as like 2016, 2017. So I don't know like all the third-party brands. I don't know like when they first came out or like what they've been producing. So yeah, here is the logo. They don't really have a logo. It's just MJH. Look like one of those like acoustic wave thing. But upon some digging, some people also refer to them as Dragon Momoko. I don't see any correlation. Yeah, so looking through Mofiho here, looking through their collection, I see that all of their products are high resolution model kit. I went onto looking at high resolution model, and on the not the official but like the Gundam fan wiki, take it with a grain of salt. Like anyone can edit it. So but right here it says the inner frame is made in China while the outer armor pieces are made in Japan. That leads me to think, oh, that makes sense. MJH is a Chinese brand, and if the inner frame is made in China, of course someone in the China factory probably sold the data outside, or even that person just took the data home, reverse engineered the technology, and they published that information out to other brands, and other brands got to do it. I don't know if Daban or any other brand has made their copy of Bandai high resolution model kits yet. So far the only one I see that has done it is Mr. Model. I think Mr. Model is about as old as how long I've been into Gunpla. Assuming that they copied the high resolution Barbatos first, which came out in 2016. I don't know when they did it. There are reviews video of it as early as only 2018, so only 2 years after Bandai released it. So going by that, I'm just gonna assume that they are 6 years old by now, not as old as like Daban or like Dragon Momoko. High resolution Gundam isn't the only thing that Mr. Model makes. They also copied the Getter Robo Devolution Last 3 Minutes in Space Getter 1 action figure released by Sentinel back in like 2020, as early as 2019, but reviews video of here says that I see like the earliest reviews even back as like 2020 up to very recently. I don't know what they I don't know what MJH has been doing, and I'm kind of concerned to know if have they stopped pushing out kits, have they died out, they got the cease and desist from Bandai. But this particular model, the high resolution Astray Noir, came out just last year, or as early as like 2022, so I'm not too sure. Haven't seen any kind of announcement or any like movement from their end, so hopefully they will continue on with something else that's not just high resolution Gundams. I'm sure there's plenty of things to do out there. Hey, if they want to keep going with that, making kits version of figures, start copying those robot Damashi, because those thing prices are crazy. They should not be that crazy, because some figures like the Ver anime stuff, even like some older robot Damashi, go ahead, copy those, make those into like buildable kits. I'm sure many people will want that, including me, because those proportions look infinitely better than high grades. Moving forward, I hope Mr. Model will come back, but only times will tell. And yeah, here you go. This is the completed build of the MJH, or sometimes people also refer to this brand as Mr. Model. This is their version, or not version, this is their copy of the Bandai high resolution Astray Noir. So yeah, out of box, looks really amazing. You know, I looked at some pictures of the Bandai's kit. You know, looks one-to-one, like nothing about it is different. Very minor snap fitting issue, but you can't blame it too much. It's a third-party kit, but for a third-party kit, it's super well made. I didn't really have that much issue with it. Sanding down some pegs here and there, only drilling like 1 or 2 bigger holes here and there. I would say it's a little bit tight, so that might not be to your liking, you know, but of course that's gonna be something you have to fix yourself. It's very light, I'll say, you know, because the Bandai one has a metal in the frame. I don't know if it's metal, but I just know that it's a pre-built inner frame, but I don't know if it's actually contain metal or not. But this one feels pretty light compared to something like SNAA Blade King that I just built recently. That is a bigger kit, but that does feel a lot heavier. This one feels pretty light, but not too light that it feels like a cheap toy. It felt good enough that, you know, handling it feels pretty good. First, I want to show you guys. So this is the hands that this kit comes with. It comes with 2 sets of widespread open hands. And on not all of these, but like a good majority of them, is gonna feature 2 joints, or at least 3 joints, no matter how you want to look at it. There's gonna be a ball joint down here, a swivel here, and a swinging joint here. Really wish, you know, the Master Grade had this feature, but can't blame it too much. The Master Grade came out in like 2000, I don't know, 2010, 2006. This came out in like 2016, I think. Might have to check the date. And it does have these karate chops hand, a pair of karate chops hand. One thing about this kit is that some of the hand sculpting, especially these like red armor piece, doesn't look too flushed on here, but like this armor piece is like a little bit disconnected from the finger. Maybe in the editing process I'll zoom it in so you can see it better, but yeah. Sword holding hands, katana holding hands, look more like jacking off hands to me. But these pair of hands is the one that only have 1 joint, which is just the ball joint right here. This is, I don't know what this is for actually. I think this might be the trigger finger hand for the sword gun. There are 2 fixed pose. These are all fixed pose. Closed fist hands on the Gundam right now. And here is the gun sword. Pretty freaking sick weapon, man. You know, if I had to pick you know, one of the Noir variant of mobile suits and see, you know, the Astray Noir or the Strike Noir, I would say, man, the Astray Noir is just a lot cooler with these weapons. These the sword connects via a peg and a hole in here. So it can plug in right here, and it can rotate and, you know, fit it however you want for your poses. The guns can be held by themselves, you know, you don't have to attach the sword onto it. So this is the gun by itself. Looks super nice. You know, you can put this onto you can get this to other kit as well, and yeah, it just look fantastic. The blades doesn't feel that secure. I feel like it can come off pretty easily. So I mean, it's not that bad that like you can shake it and it'll come out, but like it feels pretty wiggly. So I do recommend putting some super glue, or like super glue at the end of the tip of the blade to hold it in there. The blade is chromed with a very nice silver layered. I'll say the quality of this kit is not too far behind from Bandai, but not far enough that it's Bandai level, you know. You do get 2 beam effects parts for the sword on the backpack. I don't know the name. I know they do have a name, so I'll look it up. Speaking of the backpack, let's see if I can take it off the mobile suit really quick. Oh sheesh, that doesn't sound too nice. Looks very nice. Honestly, I want to buy another one just so I can put it onto my Master Grade Airstrike and make like a custom of it. Man, it just looks so nice. Just very stylized. Look a lot better than the old Master Grade version. But yes, the sword can come off like this. I mean, it's a little bit hard to get off. There you go. And the handle is on its own joint. It can swing or back and forth. The swords are very nice and long, and, you know, pretty bulky as well. The beam effects part can just be there's like a little edge sticking out, so you can just stick it on to the sword and they'll look like that. Just looks super nice. Very nice detail here as well. So it's not just like a flat beam effect part. Some nice detail in there. I would say be careful with the plastic, because I did crack mine. Well, I did crack one of the beam effects parts. Partly because it's my fault, because it came out the box a little bit bent, and I was just trying to bend it the other direction to straighten it out. And yeah, it left a crack in there. So it's not too soft that you can just bend it however you like, but it's not pretty brittle. So Gotta watch out for it when you do try to bend it. Another thing to watch out for on the backpack is they did the, the MJH, they did their best to reverse engineer the pre-built inner frame. So some of the joints, some of them are a little bit loose, some of them are a little bit tight, but the majority of them is pretty good. Here on the backpacks for this ring joint and this peg right here, it felt pretty brittle. The plastic of this kit is pretty brittle, so this ring already cracked, and I put some cement glue in there to hold the ring together. But yeah, it's just, but I'm also pretty hesitant to put like a layer of super glue in there to like tighten up the connection, but I fear that it's just gonna crack the ring again. To hold up the parts, I just cut out a little piece from the runner, have it hold up the wing. Very unfortunate. This one is oof, I don't want to jinx anything, but this one feels pretty good. This is the wing's articulation. That's the highest it can go up and the lowest it can go down. That's just like the very minor one. Most of the time when you want to spread your wings out, it's going to be coming from this joint up here. It's like a peg up here behind here. Can swivel right here, back and forth. Two joints, this is like piston mechanical joints right here. You do have to watch out for them. They're a little bit hard to move. You have to hold them a specific way to move them, because I think that was what caused my ring joint to crack right here. I wasn't handling it too well, and yeah. So when you move it, try to hold it both up here, both down here and up here. It doesn't feel too, okay, there you go. Yeah, hold it, and you can move it like that. That's the joint. You can move the backpack, the wings unit back like that, or forward like that. So yeah, there is a flap up here, and let me swivel this out. And yeah, there's another joint, allows us some very nice movement. Flip this up here, and the gun is on its own joint. It has like a little sub arm right here that allows it to pop. Oh, that's a C-clip joint that connects it. Yeah, it can move up like that, down that much. It's like a chicken neck joint right here. Pop it back in place. Oh, it can also rotate as well. 360. Rotate as well. You do get an action base adapter, this one, and this one is for the backpack, to connect the backpack to the main body, but I don't want to do that because that limits the articulation, so I opt to leave it out. I don't know if this came with the Bandai kit, but yeah, they also include you a little base in here, which is pretty generous and pretty nice. So they include you a little base in here, the action base adapter. Plug it onto here, and it holds the kits from, I don't know if you can see it too well, but that's like a little hole between this up here and this down here. It's a little hard to fiddle around with, and honestly not the best connection either. So this front side goes like that. That's how you connect it on. Oh shoot, knocked something off there on my table. Onto the action base. Action base pretty solid. Not really gonna like boost it up into the air for some air poses. More likely it's just to hold the kit so it can stay on the ground like this, because it does have a pretty heavy backpack. But it can, as you can see earlier, it can stand by itself without with the backpack on, without the stand. So the frame very solid. Okay, and now let's move on to the articulation. And before we begin, I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna keep the V-fin of this thing off, because not because it's fragile. The V-fin doesn't connect to the head very well. It's just like, it doesn't feel very secure. It's not that bad that like if you shake it, it's gonna come off, but just a light tap and it comes off. Let's move on, and let's start from the head here. A 360 rotation because of a ball joint up there. Look up that much. Oh, that's so good. Look down this much. It is a double joint neck. 360. The shoulder joint can swing out that much, can swing back this much only. Can't go back that far, but okay, most of the pose you don't need it to swing back far anyway. The shoulder inside the body, this joint is actually very important. I only hope that more figures and more model kits in the future will prioritize this shoulder joint more instead of this one out here. But yeah, this one can only go up this much. So here is the maximum arm raise with all the joints combined. So just a little bit over perpendicular to the ground. A little bit disappointing, honestly, but they're good enough for most poses. The armor shoulder, the shoulder armor is on its own track right here, so it can rotate. This front flap can move a little bit. There's a peg right here, so you can swivel the arms. It is a double joint elbow bend. The reason why I probably like this kit so much is because I don't actually have the Bandai high resolution model, and as far as I know, you know, they probably discontinued it already and it's not ever coming back. So thank God for these third-party companies for, you know, remolding, recasting these kits and, you know, putting them onto the market so builders like me can experience it. Because, man, you know, when they first came out, I didn't have that much money to buy them, and they were, you know, especially with the case with the Astray Noir, it was P Bandai anyway. So yeah, just very unfortunate I didn't got my hand on it. But I know, you know, out in the market now, I know they have the regular red frame, the blue frame, the gold frame, the Astray Noir. They have the God Gundam, the Barbatos, and both the wing variant as well. So yeah, you know, no matter what your opinions are on, you know, third-party model kits, third-party company, but you do have to agree that they do some things that benefit the greater whole of the Gundam community at the end of the day. But yeah, back to the articulation here. That is, you know, as I said earlier, there is a wrist joint in here that allows for some slight movement. The ab crunch, the ab crunch is amazing on this kit. It can't go all the way forward like that. Very good deep ab crunch, because it has one joint up here and one joint down here. So this joint up here can move forward like this much. Yep, this one up here can move a little bit, and the majority of the bending is going to be from this joint down here. So combined, that's the ab crunch. But then there is also another joint within the hip, so you gotta pull it up a little bit. There you go. So that, wait, never mind. The joint in the hip is only for it to go backwards. Side to sides, it's very good. Side to side, most of the side to sides you're gonna be getting is from the joint down here in the hip. There is another one in the upper torso as well. So combined, very good side to side from both sides. And this part down here also is super annoying because it just keeps popping out. This little armor piece down here, this might be the cockpit door something, but yeah, I keep popping out, so I do recommend tightening that up. The side skirts are replaced with these pistol holders for the gun sword. Can move back. It's a double peg, so it's like one peg right here, one peg up here. This holster is on its own peg, so it can rotate. And this peg back here is on its own cup as well, so it can rotate as well. The thing can move down, up. These front skirts are pretty much static, can't really move them. Here is the kick out. Here's the split. It can't pull off the split, which is amazing. You know, more than a split almost, but yeah. Here is the kick back. So the back skirt armor is completely solid, can't really move it. Here's the maximum front kick. But yeah, you can pull it out a little bit and it can move side to side. You know, get out of the way for whichever kicking pose you're doing. It also have a drop down hip as well. Okay, so yeah, it can drop. It is on its individual track, so you know, they're not gonna both come down if you decide to pull them down. It is individual. So here's the maximum front kick. Not too different, but you know, whatever fit your fancy. And here's the maximum back kick now. A lot better with the drop down hip, and you know, obviously the side kicks. It looks a little bit better too. And here is the leg bend. Let me kick this forward. Here is the knee bend. So you get one joint up here and one joint down here. So that's the first joint up there. The majority of the bend is going to come from this joint down here, and the knee armor is going to separate. Looks fantastic. Here is the ankle. It has the ankle can pivot, can kick back that much, kick forward not so much, but it is, you know, it makes up for having a pretty nice toe bend here. So yeah, not near human articulation level, but pretty good. So yeah, so that's the articulation. I'm sorry if I look like I was like handling this kit pretty rough, but I just want to, you know, really get a feel for it, loosen up some of the joint, and like really push its articulation. So yes, now let's move on to the test poses, and I will let you know about my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on this kit, the MJH high resolution Astray Noir. I think it's definitely a good kit. I think you should go pick it up. Yes, it is a third-party model kit, but the quality is actually not too bad for third-party model kits. I'll say it's pretty equivalent to Daban. No, just watch out for some joints here and there. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure. Make sure you know where you're putting pressures onto. Rotating the joints with caution. Yeah, overall should be a very good building and posing time for you. I think this is a really good alternative to if you don't have the original Bandai's kit. So yeah, like if you can find it, go pick it up. And also I forgot to mention you do get a sticker sheet as well. I don't know this brand. I think it's AMAX, but here's a look. I don't know if the original Bandai kit comes with a sticker sheet, not a sticker sheet, but like a decal sheet also. But this is AMAX, and their motto I guess is "Do you believe in light?" Sounds like an Ultraman reference, but I haven't tested out the decals yet. Looks pretty good. Maybe in the future, but I'm not gonna put it on to now. So thank you for watching. There will definitely be more reviews coming. I know the last one was a little bit rough, the Daban Astraea, a little bit too long, so I did try to cut this one down. Really, honestly though, wasn't too much thoughts on this one as well as the Astray. Of course, as I said in the last video, I really love the Astray. I'm really biased towards it, so that's why I have so much to say about it. This one not so much, so I hope you don't mind that I didn't have too much thought to say on it. I just really did not want this video to be another like hour video. If I'm during the editing process, I don't know how long it's gonna be. Probably just gonna be 30 minutes. So thank you for watching. More reviews will be coming in the future, or when I'm free to do reviews. I guess I'm pretty busy with work and other stuff. But yes, thank you for watching. Make sure to stick around. The next thing I'll be reviewing will probably just some small little things. Not gonna be any big kits, big project anytime soon.